We are live.
We are?
Yep.
Hi, everybody. What's up? It is Luke. Sitting in for Isaac today is BJ. Isaac is down on vacation. I would like to say a much-deserved vacation, but he kind of deserves it. He works hard sometimes. BJ, what's up?
What's going on? What's new?
Dude.
You're on a bender with this West Branch stuff, man.
So, I'm not obsessed with it, okay? I just want to get that clear. But before we'll talk about it a little bit. Because it's like the further down I go, it just keeps coming. And it just keeps coming. And it's like...
Yeah. It does keep going. Yeah.
It just keeps going.
The more you dig into it and the more you get
I want to stop talking about it. I really do, but they just keep forcing me to keep talking about it. I do want to say some stuff. Oh, by the way, welcome to the show. If you never watched this before, my name is Luke. This is BJ. My brother's normally here. He's on vacation. We are the MLO Bros. BJ works for Youngstown Studio. We have been going on a tangent about the West Branch local schools controversy the last couple days. We've been making posts about it. We've been doing all this stuff. First off, I do want to make some things clear. I am not an expert. BJ, you are not an expert in law.
No.
You are not an expert in Open Meeting Act or anything else. Like me neither. This show is about our opinions. This show is going over stuff that we've gotten through the police departments, through Freedom of Information Acts. We give our opinions, and that's what it is. You could take it for what it's worth, right?
Yep.
With that being said, I am a strong believer in the First Amendment. We are talking about schools. We are talking about Board of Education members who are elected officials. We were talking about superintendents. We were talking about coaches. We were talking about police people today. Those guys are all fair game when it comes to talking about them. Okay? As long as you say what's true, as long as you don't intentionally lie about them, as long as you give your opinion about them, as long as you don't purposely try and ruin their reputation, you're fine. Welcome to the First Amendment, right? And that's it. So, because I had somebody go, "Oh, you're going to get sued." No, we're not. They could sue us, but you're going to lose. And I'm not going to lie. They could sue us. I don't know if you saw on Monday, we got some pretty good lawyers that are friends with us. I'm just going to throw that out there. Good luck. Got some really good friends that I talk to on the phone just about every other day. So good luck. But just throwing that out there. Okay. Enough of the waiver. A couple other things I wanted to get into too. There was a post, anonymous post talking about, did you see it? That I posted saying, "Oh, you guys are just stirring the pot. You guys are just causing problems. You guys are, just doing all this blah, blah, blah. You just do it for views and clicks." BJ, do you know how much we get paid right now for doing this?
Zero.
What? Wait, no, tell them.
Zero.
We make zero when we stream live. We don't make any money for this. Like there's not some thing where we have 380 people watching right now. We're not getting paid for this. Mm-hmm. We do get paid for our posts. We're monetized. I think you guys are monetized too, right?
Yeah, we are, but it's like,
dude,
it's not. I mean, you have to have a zillion views to get anything, and it's just,
it's stupid. We the most. I forget what post it was. We made $1 million on a post. Or no, sorry, $1 million. We had 1 million views, and we made like $98. Mm-hmm. We don't do this for money. We don't do this for clicks. And the people who are like, there's one or two people. It's most of the people support what we're doing. The people who are saying this stuff, they don't agree with what we say. And I think they have a hard time registering why we do this. Like, people need an excuse. Mm. We're not from West Branch. We don't live in the area. Well, why are they doing this? They can't think of it as we're doing this to help not just West Branch local schools, not just the people who live there, but I look at it as we're helping every school, every local community by exposing this kind of crap that's going on in West Branch and also going on all over. I've had people from other schools call me like, "Dude, this happens all the time."
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, it does for sure. Yeah. I mean, I was a sports editor, like I said, for 8 years out of college and stuff. And yeah, the small town politics, school board politics, it happens pretty much everywhere.
Right. So
to a certain degree.
To a certain degree. Not like those text messages. Maybe the text messages do go on, but I want people to understand We don't make a lot of money on this. Now, I did get, and I'm going to do this just for fun, a local t-shirt company in Sebring that is, their office is very close to the West Branch, like their headquarters, is setting up a t-shirt sales thing for us. And I said, I don't want to make money. They said, okay, you don't have to make money. So we're going to sell some t-shirts, like outrage generators green. We're going to sell some different stuff. All of the proceeds from these t-shirts are going to go to West Branch local schools. I'm going to donate it right back to West Branch local schools.
Nice.
We have a caller. Should we take callers already?
Do you want to take a caller already?
I don't know. It's anonymous. It's an anonymous caller.
But do you want to get in anything before we take a caller?
I don't care. Yeah, let's do it. I'm bored. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. Oh boy. Who knows what this is? Here we go. Hello. Thanks for calling.
Hey there, boys. How we doing today? This is Mike from up here in Alberta, Canada, calling to see what y'all are up to down there, you know?
Oh, hey, Mike from Alberta, Canada. What's going on?
Hey, long time listener, first time caller. Huge fan of the show.
Yeah?
Love Luke and his tattoos. Also, I don't know who that strapping young lad is sitting across from you with the fedora on, but he's got style, man. Let me just say that, you know.
Thanks, caller. Yeah, you're up in Alberta. Do you have a lot of local politics problems with school boards up there?
You know, government a little bit more strict up here, though. So, you know, it's just lots of snowbanks, lots of kids, you know, running around the streets. But, you know, I have no problem if there's any issues with the school board, just, you know, sock it to one of those guys up there, you know, throw them in a snowbank, you know. So,
all right,
boys. Well, I just wanted to just call in, say, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Huge fan of the show, and yeah, have a great day, you know.
Thanks, man. Go in your jacuzzi up there, bud.
All right, I'm gonna go take a dip in the old jacuzzi right now. All right, there, boys. See ya.
And that's why we don't think that was that was what was the name? Bob up in Alberta, Canada. All right. So I got a whole list of stuff we got to go over today again, buddy. Talk about freedom of press. Want to talk about that? Oh, I know. We're gonna go over the mandated reporting stuff. I talked to the Goshen Township Police Chief and the Smith Township Police Chief yesterday. The weight room video. I got emails from all those people. I want to talk about the board meeting the other day. We have clips from that. We're going to go over all of this stuff. One of the things I do want to talk about, though, and this is to the people in West Branch. Before we get into this, there was a lot at the board meeting. There was a lot of people talking about the reporting, the mandated reporting, and they're, you know, going after that. They really, if you want to get these people and you want to make change, the focus needs to be on those text messages. It doesn't need to be on the mandated reporting, and we're going to get into that too. But all right, let's talk. Let's get into this a little bit, shall we, BJ? All right. So I spoke to the two police chiefs. There is what is it? It's Goshen and there's Smith Township. Okay, are you familiar with those?
Yeah.
Smith Township is basically West Branch. Okay, that is the whole area that surrounds West Branch, basically. Goshen is like Greenford area kind of thing over there. You know what I'm talking?
Yeah,
okay.
I drove through Goshen Township every day on the way
right.
home from work from when I worked
right.
at Salem.
This gets confusing.
Yeah.
Okay. At one point, Smith Township was the SRO and was in charge of the schools.
Okay.
At some point, Goshen contracted out with them. And now Goshen has an SRO in West Branch.
Yeah, there was usually Goshen police, like when doing security at the basketball games and
correct
things like that. Yeah.
Okay. There is not a lot of love between these two police departments, from what I can tell, because of this issue. And I don't know, there's some, like, I don't want to speculate, but there seemed to be some backroom stuff going on why Goshen is in charge of the schools. And I'm not going to say what people were saying. It was a lot of secondhand stuff. But that creates a problem, according to one of the police chiefs, when it comes to the reporting stuff. Okay? And so the way the reporting works, now we're talking about the sexual assault, I'm going to say, from now on, sexual assault that took place. First off, I did 2 Freedom of Information requests, one to Smith and one to Goshen, to ask for the police reports. The first one I got back was from Smith. Do you have that?
Yeah.
This is the one that set me off yesterday. I got this back early, and I spit my coffee out. That one.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah. I spit my coffee out when I get this back. All right. This is an incident office report. Okay. This is the first one I got back, just to set the stage on why I went out of my mind. Okay. And this is why yesterday, if you were watching yesterday, I woke up to this and I was like, what the F is going on? Incident offense report. Time received. 5/21/2025. That is the day of the school board meeting.
It was like an hour before the meeting.
An hour before the meeting. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? Right? The officer that received it was Steve McDaniel. What's 15:35? That's military time? What is that? That's like
that's
3:30. 3:30. Okay.
Yeah.
Right before the meeting. Okay. You read through this, and then it says narrative. On this date and time, I was contacted by West Branch SRO Lieutenant McBride of Goshen Township Police District in regards to the incident that happened at the school. And I'm like, what? So I'm thinking, what kind of fast crap are these people trying to pull, right? Like I immediately go like, okay, they're trying to pull something off, right? All right, do you have the second page or? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
It's up, yeah.
Okay. On this date and time, I spoke to Lieutenant McBride, the West Branch SRO, regarding an incident that happened at the school. Lieutenant McBride public serviced me and advised that there was an issue alleging that a teacher snapped a female student with a stretch band in the weight room. Lieutenant advised me that he viewed the video and didn't see anything that warranted charges. Lieutenant McBride advised me that no report was done by their department or referral to the prosecutor. Lieutenant McBride advised me that he advised his police chiefs of the findings. Lieutenant McBride also advised me that if anyone came out to our station for a report of the incident, that it happened after school and that he wanted us to be aware of the incident. And I advised that the chief, Kerensna, aware and pass on the information. All right. So go to the comments. Go to the comments up there real fast. So I immediately was like, oh, you freaking cops, what are they doing? Right? Like I immediately turn into a conspiracy theorist. Like I know everyone, hang on in the comments before you guys start going bonkers. Hang on in the comments. I immediately turn into conspiracy theorist. Like I neglected my job as a loan officer and a realtor yesterday because I called you. I was like, dude, I'm going out of my mind. Like I called BJ for freaking moral support. I call Smith Township and talk to a real nice lady in there. And I'm like, I just want to make sure I'm looking at this right because I'm not a smart man. Did Goshen turn in a report? And she's like, yeah, but you got to talk to the chief. So I talked to the chief and the chief was very nice. And this is from Smith. He's like, yes, they turned in this report. And then he explained the whole Smith versus Goshen thing and how, so when, according to that chief, when there is an incident at a school that has to be, quote, mandated reported, they're supposed to go to the county in charge or the police chief of that area, which would be Smith, even though that officer reports to Goshen. But because he deemed it not a sexual assault, and we're going to get into that a little bit more here in a second, he never filed a report. So it gets kind of gray. So the school reported it to the SRO. The SRO deemed it not an assault.
Mm-hmm.
So was the mandated report filed? Right? Sorta. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
According to the state law and the way the lawyer explained it to me, it should have been turned in at that point. However, I think I'm going to give the police the benefit of the doubt at this point, where they saw this video. This guy saw this video and said, it's not a big deal. I don't think anything's ever going to come of it.
Yeah.
Now, looking back at it, it's kind of a big deal. And he probably should have. And he's probably covering his tracks a little bit here. But, you know, looking back at this and say, hey, you know, this, I'm guessing he probably should have. But
yeah.
Had none of this ever come out, nobody would ever say anything. Right. And I'll be damned if I'm going to ever go after a police officer, because these, I mean,
so this was the police officers, just to be clear, the police officers filed this report just before the meeting. This wasn't the board calling in and reporting it.
No,
right?
this was the police officer. The police
doing it because it was.
He knew something was coming.
Like, we should probably put this, have a record of this somewhere.
He basically, I talked to the chief of Goshen and I said, why did your police chief do? I called him and said, and again, I got into a little bit more with the police chief and Goshen. I said, so why did he do this? Why did he file this report late?
Yeah.
And he goes, he did it. That chief and I did not agree with this, because I said, if you read the rules, I said the way it's interpreted, he should have filed a report that day. He said the mandated reporting, once the school turned it in to them, it was covered. And I said, it's not the way the rule reads. And we kind of went back and forth, and that was it. Right. Mm-hmm. So he said they were good. He did this as a favor for Smith Police, is what the police chief of Goshen said, because he figured people would be calling it.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Comments. We're going to get into this right now, if it was sexual assault or not. Okay. So that covers that right there. Okay. So I then go in to Goshen Police Department. Okay. Which is where the SRO works. Now, I'm reading comments, guys. I am not downplaying if the girl was uncomfortable. I am not downplaying if TJ DeShields made this girl uncomfortable. Okay. I don't think the police are doing that. Okay. I am just reading the reports and I'm telling you guys what happened. Okay. Now, this was a press release sent to me yesterday from Goshen Township and the SRO. I will read this. I think we have it right. Maybe we don't. I could read it.
We don't. Go ahead and read it. Though.
Yeah, I'll read it. It's okay. And we can, if you guys want a copy of this, I can send it to you. Yeah, if we don't have it at school, just pull up the comments. That's fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Goshen Police District, dated 5/22/2025. On 4/7/2025, the superintendent, Micki Egli, requested me to her office. Again, this is from the SRO, to review video surveillance of an incident that took place in the meter building at West Branch Local School District on 3/6/25. So this was a month later. Mrs. Egli advised me that she had spoken with the school attorney, who requested she asked me to review the video to give a determination as to whether anything of a criminal nature had occurred. The following were my observations. TJ DeShields was having what appeared to be a friendly conversation with a female student. Mr. DeShields took his stretch band that was near the student and flicked the stretch band towards her leg area as she was facing towards him. I was unable to make out from the video a specific area where the stretch band may have hit. Mr. DeShields then walks away, turns around, and engages what appear to be continued a friendly conversation. During the conversation, I observed the student laugh and smile. I advised Mrs. Egli that I did not observe anything criminal in this video, therefore did not see it necessary to generate a report. Per Ohio Revised Code 2907.01. Sexual contact is defined as sexual contact, meaning anything touching of an erogenous zone of another, including without limitation the thigh, genitals, buttocks, public region, or if the person is a female, a breast, for the purpose of sexually arousing or gratifying either person. Per my observations, nothing in this video met these criteria. Furthermore, I advise Mrs. Egli that the parents of the student did not wish to have police involvement. Let's see here. Missing a page. If a report was to be filed, it would need to be done through the Smith Township PD. As an officer who prides myself in integrity, I did not observe any crime that needed to be reported by me to Smith Township Police Department. So he's saying if a crime had been reported, if a crime needed to, he would then report it to Smith, right?
Yeah.
After discussion with the police chief, we determined it would be wise for me to go back into my patrol log for the day, make a notation that I was asked to watch the video. I did not create a formal report, but made notation in my notes section that a conversation was had. With that being said, a formal report was not warranted.
So yeah, it basically clears TJ DeShields of what they had insinuated that he did. Now, did he make the girl uncomfortable? Sure. But yeah, that we have a police officer there basically clearing him.
Right. So per the police, it wasn't sexual assault.
Yeah.
Okay. It might have made the girl uncomfortable, but it wasn't sexual assault. So when you go back to those text messages where you have Mikki Kanagy saying sexual assault and I'm going to take him down, per the police report, it was not sexual assault.
Yeah.
That to me would be a lie. Okay. I then asked for, and that covers the mandated reporting. I think right there, I think we can move on from the mandated reporting. When you look at it, we're done with it. I think everybody watching, move on from the mandated reporting. I think the police did a good job explaining themselves. I think there are I have some disagreements with it. I think what's hindsight is 2020. Is that the expression?
Yeah.
Looking at it now, I bet if they could have, they would have forwarded to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor would have probably said the same thing.
Yeah.
There's not enough evidence that, you know what I mean? Hindsight is 2020 though. They can't. And now they're doing their best to say, okay, look, we found no crime.
Yeah.
That was it. Right. So we move on from the mandated reporting disaster, right? I mean, mark that off our list. If the cops had done something wrong, I'd be all over them. I think they did a good job. I think, right, they were very honest with me on the phone. Both police chiefs were very upfront, very transparent. And actually the Goshen, I didn't even reach out to the Goshen chief. He called me first. So, yeah, that's it. So I did. So I then was like, okay, I got to see this freaking video. I have to see this video. This video is the key to all of this in my mind. Just to determine and let the people decide if it is sexual assault or not, right? The cops are saying it's not. We need to see it. Knowing that there are kids involved. I have 3 kids under the age of 14. I would not want a video of my kids in any sort of questionable thing. And neither does the state of Ohio. I requested the video. When knowing the rules, I said, I need it redacted. Meaning they have to blank out the faces of the kids so you can't see it. Yeah. That's possible. I could do it right now on my movie editor screen. You can redact the stuff. I asked for, that. So then that way I can't see who it is. The people can't see who it is. I get a letter back saying the request has been denied. This is from Adam Fisher, the treasurer, copied Micki Egli, and copy a Robert from a law company or attorney's office in Cincinnati. The request has been denied because the release is prohibited by the state and federal law. The video, the student records and personality, blah, 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 blah. A bunch of lawyer stuff. So I'm like, well, okay, fine. I sent a rebuttal saying you could still do this because if you blank it off, they're basically saying because the kids are in the tape.
Right.
And I would still be able to figure out who the kids are, which is not true if you redact it right. So I post that. All of a sudden, Facebook blows up. I get messages. I get text messages. I get Facebook messages. Dude, Kanagy's husband that spoke said he had it. Mm-hmm. Do you remember him saying that?
Yeah.
I totally forgot. And I'm like, so I go back in and I watch. He's like, I did a Freedom of Information request and I have the video. They sent it to me and I watched it. And I know this is sexual assault. No, well, the cops think different there, bud. But how does he have a copy of the video and we don't?
I don't. To me, they would have the video because it was taken on school grounds. It's a school security camera, I would think, right? That's how they got this video. It wasn't somebody just shooting the video in the weight room randomly. So it has to be some sort of. But so yeah, if the school had it and the video came from the school, that's how they would get it. Because obviously, the school board president, superintendent, they would have that access to that video. So that's probably how he ended up seeing it.
If they gave him that video and they denied me, we got a problem.
Yeah,
we got a problem. And if the school's going to say, because I know you're watching right now, school, there's 633 people. If you're going to tell me, oh, it's because his daughter was involved, he said Freedom of Information Act. He didn't say the other one, the FERPA. He didn't say that. He said Freedom of Information Act. Talked to a lawyer. They said if his daughter was involved in it, like his daughter's on the film, he could request a copy. However, the school would have to still blank out the person involved, the other person. Did you redact it? I put that in an email I sent to them, right? So if he got that video, I want that video. I will go to court for that video, school. Don't freaking test me. I requested, so after I figured that out, I sent a request saying, I want to see his request. I want to see his email request. Mm-hmm. I want to see how they redacted it. I want to know how they redacted it. I want to see why they refused mine and how they tried to redact it and how they weren't able to redact it properly. I sent all that stuff. I want a response. If they don't, we're going to be in freaking civil law. We're going to have a civil lawsuit because I'm going to take them to court for that stuff. Because if they're releasing information to other people, Board of Education presidents' husbands, and not releasing it to people like the press, you're done. I've had enough of this Board of Education. I've had enough of this school and these administration people screwing around. I am getting pissed. That one set me off yesterday. Can you tell? And I'm an espresso. And my hands are so big. Look how little this cup is.
Yeah, I feel like.
Did you see this? Like how big my giant hands are?
You're just a giant. Yeah, no, to me, like I said, I feel like the school would have the video, obviously, if it was taken on school grounds and it was a security video like that. So, yeah, that's how they get that. I would be surprised. Maybe he just said that to make it seem like, but yeah, for them to allow, if he did it by the Freedom of Information Act and they gave it to him and they're not giving it to you or anybody else, that's shady. But
that's illegal.
Yeah, right.
That's illegal.
So, yeah, so maybe he misspoke, or maybe he's saying that to whatever, you know what I mean?
Bull crap. So
not misspoke, but what I'm saying, not misspoke. What I'm saying is that maybe he's just using that as a fodder, so you know what I mean? Like, because people are automatically going to think that he just got it from his wife.
He's either lying and he doesn't have it. He either got it through the Freedom of Information Act. They're saying put your mic closer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I do that all the time. There, you good? There, sorry. Thanks, Baxter, Mr. Baxter. He's either lying, he either got it through the Freedom of Information Act, he either saw it without getting permission, right?
Yeah.
Thick as thieves they are over there, right? So somebody showed him that video without getting permission. And he's just saying he got it for the Freedom of Information Act to cover his ass. It's one of those three things. So either I get a copy of his request, which I'm allowed to have, right? I'm allowed to get a copy of his request, which better be dated before that meeting in the email to prove that he did it. And if he did, I get a copy of the video.
Yeah.
It's that simple. They're busted again. They're busted. They continue to dig a hole for themselves. And people are like, why do you keep talking about this? It is because they continue to just dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. Let's go through some comments, huh?
Yeah, this one. Don't you remember the text message where Kanagy told Egli to make sure the video was saved?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they obviously had it. And yeah, I mean, again, I think he got it through the school, and he's just saying that.
Yeah.
To make it seem like he didn't get it through.
Perry, pull up Perry's thing. Sorry, right there. Right. FERPA law is only educational records, not a thing. Well, according to the lawyer, they called it a FERPA law, which is arguable, but that's how these lawyers lie. They're saying it's a FERPA law because it's an educational record, which it isn't. I agree with that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. His wife showed him, let's be real.
Yeah.
Just. Oh, that's a long one.
We got a lot of comments.
Oh, by the way, we have 643 people watching right now. Could you guys give us some likes or some angry faces or something, please? Like just over, little likes, smiley faces, shock faces, maybe you don't like me. Maybe you don't like BJ. Give us some mad faces. I love trolls. Dr. Kanagy is yep, loving this somewhere. Okay. Yeah, please give us some nasty faces. There you go. Can somebody give me a mean face? Somebody give me a mean. Somebody that is watching that doesn't like me, give me a mean face, please. Yeah, mean faces. Thank you. It's just so gross. So I want to know. I want to know. I just want to know about the video. Oh, this is by far. Yeah, everybody's going to be bored when we move on for this West Branch stuff. We get back into talking about Donald Trump and everything else. We got a call. Let's see it. Here we go. Picking up a call. Good time to take a call. Thanks for calling.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is Svetlana here.
Svetlana.
Yes.
I know that accent. How are you? I remember you from the board meeting the other night. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
First off, before you start talking, Svetlana, I want to commend you for standing out and stepping up against the powers that be in that disgraceful Board of Education meeting the other day.
Yeah, she made that happen. She made that whole interaction was because of her standing up.
100%. You made that whole thing happen, and we're going to talk about that part 2 of that meeting in a little bit. And again, it's people like you that hold these people accountable. There are so many people out there that want to tuck in and just say, "Oh, it's fine," or you're stirring the pot, you're letting it go. I really admire your bravery of standing out. So.
Thank you for that. And I also want to thank you for exposing all this, because we would not even know this happened.
Yeah, no problem. I am.
Unfortunately, we don't have maybe I wasn't involved enough or whatever happened, but I didn't know all this. And after board meeting, so many people text me and call me and Facebook message me, telling me what's really going on in school, and I was like, "What? Like, why we didn't know all this?
Right now,
why is this going for so long?"
I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to ask you personal. Do you have kids that go to school, or?
I do. I do. That's why I'm involved in this, because otherwise I would probably stay home and eat popcorn and like everybody else, and enjoy all this loaded from drama.
Right, everybody else is watching the soap opera. We have 640 people watching. I wonder how many people are actually in West Branch.
Yeah.
So what?
Probably a lot.
So what? I mean, what do you want to say? Like, you had so much to say the other night. I mean, we'll give you a time to talk right now. What do you want to say? Like, what? How about this? If you would have had a chance to talk to the school board the other night, what would you have said to them?
Pretty much whatever I said, because when they didn't want to give me time to talk, I just took time myself. I mean, I was over there and most of the people were over there to address what happened. And you're not just going to shut us down by not letting us talk. Because if you let her husband talk, then the rest of us can talk too. And I know there is they have a reason, they have a option, even if we didn't sign up the 5 days ago, they still can let us talk.
Right.
And allow some time and give us like, I don't know, it's usually 5 minutes, but if there's too many people to talk, then it's like 2 minutes and whatever not. But like not to give me any minutes, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they had what she's talking about for those that real fast. What she's talking about is West Branch Local Schools has a 5-day register policy to talk in front of the school board. And I didn't know that, by the way. And we went live on Tuesday. The board meeting was Wednesday.
Yeah.
So everybody was all fired up and everybody went in there thinking they were going to talk and nobody could talk. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, that was kind of I had no idea. And that was kind of my bad. I was like, oh man, I just sent an army of troops in there to talk and nobody could talk. The school board has the power to waive that policy.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And I'm going to talk about, I have that in my notes. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but
correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are you most upset about? What are you most upset about?
Just how the things are handled.
Okay.
Like, if there is a rules and if there is a policies, then you follow them. And this is not your private business. You are not running your whatever show. This is, you have the rules. We voted you here. We pay your salary, and you do what is right for school, and you do respond to us. You don't respond to yourself only, and like using these positions to run your own agenda. No, because this is not why you were chosen to be over there. It's for you to represent us and our children, not only yours.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not even gonna go with like Kanagy and her daughter, which like, because I was about, like, I just found out my text messages with another friend of mine from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where I was like, who is this? Because I didn't even know who they are. I was like, who is this girl who is like in every single show in a theater?
Well,
guess who it is.
So yeah, I don't want to talk about her. I want to leave the kids out.
Yeah,
of it.
but it's like, it's kind of like what I'm saying is the nepotism is going on for years. And this is what I'm hearing now.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm sure her daughter and is a great actor. I'm sure. I don't want to talk about the kids. I'm sure she's a great basketball player. Yeah.
It's just
the problem I have, and you were talking about it at the meeting. Is those text messages?
Let's go back to that.
The text messages between the two Mickeys. That's the problem.
Yes.
That is the issue.
That was my whole problem.
Right.
Like, what Mr. DeShields, I think he's old enough, he can handle himself, and I think he did handle himself, and like we helped him, and like he's reinstated as a coach, and that's on the side. That's great. Put it on the side.
Yeah.
But the text messages, that is something that like got me over there, and that's why I wrote them a letter, because they said that they're not going to let people talk, but we can send out statements to them. So I did that, and when they were about to close the public talking, I was like, "Who's going to read our statements?"
Right.
And so they decided between them that they're going to stick to the 5-day rule.
Right.
And that's why I came over there to ask for to Mikki's resignation. But then like after that, I'm like, okay, so what happened, the rest of you in the board, and you standing up for them and protecting them. they're wrong. So you were supposed to do your part and say like, no, these people need to talk, like, and we need to address all this. Instead of that, you just shut it down. And
Right.
I'm like, so now I'm really like, the whole board has to go. Because if you don't have integrity to stand up for what's right, then what is your business over there on a board?
Right.
That is my question to them now.
Right. So the rest of the board, did the rest of the board know what was going on? Which it sounded like they were defending. The rest of the board never said anything about those text messages. Well, they did. And they said, oh, it's totally normal for a superintendent and a school board president to communicate. That's what their response was.
Yeah.
How about the threats and the defamation?
Exactly.
And they didn't say anything on that. You
Right.
guys okay with that?
Exactly.
Like,
No, it's like, so that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like if they said like, hey, on the next board meeting, we have to address this, and this, put it on agenda. Okay, fine. But like, I'm going to take him down. Like,
yes.
He's going to do it this willingly, or he's gone, or I'm like, hold on. What's going on here?
Right. Wow. Well, are you going to talk on June 24th?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you are. I am. We're not.
We're not going to be just sitting. Like we are. We call everybody in our community to write emails to both Mickis and ask for their resignation. We're trying to do the public push. And like see if they're gonna comply with that. And if they're not, then we're looking other ways. What's the what is available for us to recall the whole board?
I will be amazed.
We're gonna have to do the petitions or whatever is gonna happen. Like we're looking into all that right now.
All right. Before you go, I want to ask you a question, and we're going to go over the video here in a little bit, but I want to ask you a question. When they broke for executive session, and we'll go over this video so everybody can watch at home. When they broke for executive session, Mikki Kanagy. When she walked by you, you were kind of up in her face, kind of going at her a little bit when she walked by you, and watch the video. She goes by you. She turns. Like she walks by you. She turned and she looked like she was ready to fight. Yep. She said something. I had a hard time hearing what she said. What? And then
she said,
hold on, wait.
That's a screenshot.
We have a screenshot of it right here. So here's a screenshot. We don't have the video, right?
Yeah, we do.
We have the video. Let's play the video. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll play the video. Can we play the video so people can watch it?
I can't.
All right, we're gonna play it real fast so people at home can see it. You know what happened. You were there.
That's my opinion, and it needs to happen. You guys cannot just ignore that this did not happen. That's why I'm not chatting with you. I'm done with chit-chatting with you. This has to be official, and it has to be on the meeting before the meeting adjourns. Is anybody with me here? You're just gonna walk out.
Let us say what we've got to say. That's why we're all here. We're all here for one reason.
Yep.
And to hear what she has to say.
Better sit back down.
So sit back down. We're not done. Go around pissing me off.
This cannot be just ignored. You guys let these two women run the show behind your back.
Yes.
You were not doing anything about it.
Yes.
And this cannot be just ignored. And why, if you knew about sexual harassment, did not report it? You were mandatory reporting.
Has anybody been reporting to the police?
What kind of BS is this gentleman to come here and talk? You don't even
You're not allowed to walk out.
So look at me in the eyes.
Pardon?
You're not going to get anywhere.
No, I want to talk to you.
You're done here.
Oh my God. This is it.
Put your resignation.
This
and
is
then
our
get it over
board.
with. That's why we're all here.
This is it.
Put your resignation in and take your
Mikki.
Canadian friend with you and put her resignation in.
All right. So she turns. What did you hear? What did you hear her say?
Okay, so she started walking toward me, and she's looking in the floor,
Yep.
and like not even like looking at me. So what I told her, you don't even have decency, or like I don't know what words I was using, to look me in the eyes. You know, it's kind of like you're not even looking me in the eyes, walking by me. She turns around and she say, "I will get you." And then whoever that big guy was next to her, he pushed her so she doesn't do anything stupid again, which she already did. So when they came back from the session, which they took forever, like it was like 50 minutes that they were like debating over there, whatever. So I said to her, like, this is your character. You just threatened me. This is not like, because she said like, oh, like I made mistakes. I'm like, no, you didn't make mistake. This is your character because you just threatened me. And she was like, I didn't threaten you. I'm like, oh yeah, you did. Like, and I have it on video.
Yeah.
And I have witnesses around me.
Right. Wow. So you did feel threatened by her?
Are we gonna? Well, the thing is, like, I mean, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm like, what actually you can do to me? I mean, I'm coming from country where, like, you know, in my 20s there was war around me.
Where, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? Where's your accent from?
Serbia.
Oh, dude, Serbia. I was gonna say East. I hear Eastern Europe is what I hear.
Yeah. Just to tell your audience is probably you guys know Nikola Jokic, Novak Djokovic.
Yeah,
that's us.
Yeah,
that's our people.
Well,
so right now in Serbia it's coming. This is the 7th month that people are on the street. Students, teachers, everybody, trying to get our corrupt government down.
Right.
The schools are like blocked. The colleges, the public colleges they didn't work since November. Like there's no, they're losing this year trying to get something.
Right.
So I just have this, like, you know, passion against this corruption, because the corruption is what ruined my country. The reason why most of us are here and moved here, we didn't really come here for, like, you know, because we hated our country.
Right.
You know, it's just, or we, like, you know, really loved, like, we just wanted a better life for us.
Right.
And I really didn't, like, you know, stop my life and came here to live the same thing. Like, then I could have stayed there.
Wow.
Like, what's the difference?
Wow. That's amazing.
Not on my watch.
That's amazing. So yeah, that's a state where you want to know why she's standing up at a freaking board meeting, because she comes from freaking Serbia where corruption ran wild. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave you with this. You have a lot of people telling you to run for school board in the fall in the comment section.
I heard that. Well, the thing is, like, I'm not into this to take somebody's position, but if they don't straighten up themselves, like, you know, and they need somebody to keep them accountable over there, so, like, you know. I think
you might have to run and change some things. Might be time.
Yeah. So that's not really my goal here. Like,
no,
you know, I'm not doing this for that. Like, you know, it needs to be some transparency, accountability.
Yep.
If you did something wrong, then you pay for it. And, you know, it's easy. It's really easy. Like, you know, you have we all can be corrupted. Like, you know, you get the power, like, and there is a saying in my country, give person a power, and you can see who the person is.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what happened here.
Wow.
And, you know, and sometimes if you don't have, like, you know, moral breaks to, like, either say, hey, this is getting ahead of me, and like I'm not controlling myself anymore, and you just like, you know, step away, or like you're a strong person and you can fight all this, that, you know, challenges that you have in your profession, then you stay and fight for it. Like, I mean, you can't have both.
Right.
Because that's why we have all this corruption in government, the federal government, and like state government and everywhere. Because this is the people, they're starting here, they get away with stuff, and then they just go up from there.
Right. Wow. Well, so I really appreciate you standing up. I know a bunch of people appreciate you standing up for that at the board meeting. We're going to talk about the board meeting a little bit and stuff like that. Good luck. If you need anything from me, if you need video, you need whatever, any of the stuff I have, you let me know. I will email it and text it over to you. You just let me know. Okay. And keep up the good fight.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
You have my word. I will be at that meeting on June 24th in person for sure. I'll be there. So.
Okay. Thank you so much for doing all this and for helping us.
You're welcome. All right, thanks.
We need a voice.
You got it. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Might have to bring a security guard, but I'm going to read a quote you just said. Give a person power, and you give a person power, and this is how you see who this person truly is. She said that. That's a quote. And I'd just like to go back to Mikki Kanagy's quote. I want to take this person down in the text messages. I mean, is that it?
Like, yeah, no, man, they're busted.
They're busted.
They're busted. They tried to, you know, I mean, you went back on. You recommended Walt. You went back on what you told Walt you were going to do, and then you tried to be sneaky about getting him to resign. You tried to put pressure on him to make him resign through threats of saying his kid sexually assaulted somebody, which isn't true. And so the police officer literally saying, I mean, that's what it all boils down to is you tried to be shady behind the scenes and you got caught.
You go back to those text messages, and I've said it 100 times. You have open meeting violations, and I don't care what the freaking superintendent said, where she said in her, we're gonna go over her interview and I'm gonna freaking destroy her in her interview response. She said there weren't open violations. Her and the superintendent talking are not an open meetings violation. That is not what I was saying. And they tried to freaking deflect. Mm-hmm. That's not an open meetings violation. The open meeting violation is when Kanagy is telling her what to do.
Yeah.
Discussing hiring, firing, contract negotiations. That's an open meetings violation. That should be done by the board. So don't try and say you guys talking, and that's the school board said that too. Oh, it's not open violation. Those are, and the lawyer knows that. I mean, they're just going to try and deflect and cover their asses, which is what they're doing. You have intimidation in those text messages. You have threats in those intimidation. You have unprofessionalism. You have unethical actions in those. Unethical being, you have, like we said before, you have the superintendent saying, we're going to say, we're getting you to DeShields because of this, all these lists. And then she's like, but I'm going to write a press release saying financial reasons.
Yeah.
They were going to lie to the public.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. No, they got busted.
They got busted.
They tried to, yeah. They tried to be
and the superintendent's on there crying.
Yeah.
Are you crying because you're sad because everybody, because you messed up, or because you feel bad, or are you crying because you got busted? Guess what? When my kids get caught doing something, they cry too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being a jerk, and I feel bad for her that she got caught and she might lose her job. You know, and I know, and
some of the people in the comments have said too that she could retire right now, and that they think that she's probably just going to end up retiring, and it's not going to be like a not quote resign. She's going to.
I don't think she's going to retire.
You don't think so?
No.
I told you that I thought that they were going to be indignant about it, like that they weren't going to, like they were going to hold their ground. They were going to dig in. And yeah, I mean, it seems if anybody I think was going to retire, I think it would be Egli, but Kanagy, I don't think is going anywhere. I don't think she's going anywhere.
Let's talk about.
Hey,
hold on one second. Sorry, mailman's here. I'm not allowed to look at this. Joe gets mad at me when I look at the mail. Did you ever see me go through the mail? He gets so mad at me. Let's talk about the board meeting itself. Let's talk about that a little bit. So the board meeting comes up. What do we have from the board meeting?
So I have audio. There's a lot of audio. It's so hard to hear the audio. I don't know.
Okay, then we'll just
like
kinda,
you can hear certain people yell, but it's like 8 minutes. I could, but it's not.
We'll just kind of go over it then.
It's hard to. Yeah, it's hard to make.
We'll go over. I do want to go over Egli's interview.
Yeah, we have her
Jordan.
interview. Yeah.
And by the way, I got to thank Jordan Miller News.
Yeah.
All of this is Jordan Miller News.
Mm-hmm.
Go follow him. 567 people. He is awesome. He's been working with us on all of this. Dude has been a freaking rock star. He was there. Did you see him like following? Like, dude, I loved it. And he's such a cool dude.
Yeah,
to talk
we wouldn't
to.
have any of this if he wasn't there live streaming it.
Yeah, live streaming. So, it's totally awesome. And also a shout out to Caitlin from WFMJ.
Yeah,
she's been working with us on all this stuff. Yeah. So anyways, board meeting. Okay, board meeting kicks up. They open it up and they go immediately into public comment. The first person to talk is Kanagy's husband.
Yeah.
He did a much better job, to give him credit.
Yeah, if he'd have did that the first time,
he would have knocked it out of the park, right?
Because it was like, yeah, no, he's defending his daughter and everything else, and that's great. But if you'd just done that without the digs, whatever, the first time, like it would have been much more effective, and it probably would have calmed a lot of stuff down. People are like, all right, yeah, it's a kid's involved,
right?
But he didn't do that.
No, he ends up insulting me and Isaac. He ends up insulting this poor Luke Butcher guy where he can't satisfy his wife.
He made it way worse.
Right. So he did a much better job that time. The issue was, so supposedly he registered 5 days in advance to speak about that.
Yeah.
Nobody else did. We dropped this bombshell of all this stuff 2 days or a day before.
Yeah.
Again, I had no idea. And again, I don't think I got this stuff until like 3 or 4 days prior. So I wouldn't have been able to, no, probably 5 days. I wouldn't have been able to help anyway.
You probably no, yeah.
And it took a while to go through. We had so many. You see how many emails? I had like 300 emails. There was no way to go through all that stuff. Anyways, they stop after him. They don't let anybody else talk. Svetlana gets up and calls him out on it.
Mm-hmm.
The vice president of the board, that big freaking muscle guy, I think his name's Courtright.
I think so, yeah.
Was it talking, not the president, which I thought was interesting. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Normally
the president runs the meeting, not him. Or not, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it's normally a board thing. So Svetlana gets up and says, you need to let us talk. You can waive the policy. Board says, Courtright kind of looks around. Now we're going to stick with the policy. Nobody else is allowed to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? How dumb of a board do you have to be? The problem with that is when you do something like that, you have a room full of pissed off people. You want fireworks and you want a powder keg to explode.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Why, as a board, would you not give everybody 3 minutes of their time, let them go up, let them yell at you for 3 minutes, don't say anything, you don't have to respond, put your head like this, write some notes, don't even look at them, and move on. However, these freaking people on the board say no. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, it just ticked everybody off, and it ticked everybody off to a point where, I mean, thankfully they did come back out and then hear some people, but we're
gonna get into that.
That was only after.
Yeah, but hold on. I got that. Hold on. We're gonna get into that. Okay, I want to get into that. We're gonna get into that. So they don't let the people talk. You have a packed room, powder keg, ready to explode. They hide.
Yeah.
They don't want to face the music. If I was there and I was those people and went on a Wednesday night and was told I'm not allowed to talk when those people knew they're pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be furious. I would have done the same thing. I would have been so loud. I don't know if you know this or not, DJ. I can't keep my mouth shut ever. It's a problem, right? I don't know if you know this or not, right? So they break for executive session after Mikki gets up there and does a presentation about all these awards, and everybody's forced to listen to all the stuff that nobody, they care about it, but everybody wants to get to this. Fireworks explode. You saw the video.
Yeah.
Svetlana, all this other stuff. Executive session is where they talk about, I thought this was, they talked about, I was like, there was one thing, I was like a law. I know they talk about, in executive session, they talk about like hiring, firing, stuff you can't talk about in public, like wages. And one was like a law, like attorney law, something was one of the topics. Like, oh, they're talking about suing the MLO Bros right now. This is the first thing out of my, that popped into my head. Well, they're talking about us. They come back out.
Mm.
Okay. Come back out and immediately vote to end the meeting.
Yeah. Right.
Crowd is screaming, "You're not going to stop. You're not going to stop. How dare you?" Everybody starts yelling and screaming, right?
Yeah, that was like throwing gas on the fire.
Right? Ignore them. Stop the meeting.
Mm.
Okay. Then, I got to pull up my notes here. Then, this is where it gets important, and everybody got to pay attention to this. Then, they stick around and take public comment. They stick around and talk about school issues, school subjects. They even pull Walt DeShields out of the back and have him talk about the issues, about this stuff.
Yeah.
Guess what? Guess what? That is a open meetings violation. They could be sued for that. Why? They had a quorum of people there, of the board. They had all of the board there.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled the meeting. So that meeting ended. To start a new meeting, to talk about it, when you have a quorum there, you have to announce it 24 hours to the press.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it is no longer, can you pull that up? Wait, it is no longer an official meeting, is it? Did they close? They closed it. They voted on it. 1, 2, 3, first, second, done.
Yeah.
That is a violation of the open meetings law when all of the quorum stayed there and they continued to talk. That is a fact.
Mm.
They went on for 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 20, 25,
Right?
yeah.
They were discussing topics.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to get this school sued.
Yeah.
There is a guy in Akron or wherever he's from that sues everything.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to get the school sued, I would send him all this stuff.
Mm.
He would love this, and he would make $4,000 or $5,000 off these people.
Mm.
If I wanted to make $4,000, I could sue them for this. What is how dumb do you have to be as a school board to stay there in quorum? And I know they're trying to do the right thing. They want to make people happy, right? They should have opened up the freaking microphone and done it the right way.
Right.
I mean, what in God's name? And they're going to make some excuse, but they know for a fact they just broke open meeting laws. The lawyer will tell them that. They should have never done that. I've been involved in some of the stuff like that, and I've seen like treasurers, and I've seen the lawyers that are there when the board members stick around. They're forcing them to leave because they know there's quorum there, and they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You understand that? It's that simple. They broke the law again. They can't get it right. They continue to dig and dig and dig.
Yeah, there's so many. Yeah.
It's incompetent. It's so bad. And then they're going to tell us, and then Micki's Egli is going to get on her interview, which we're going to show here in a second. They'll pull it up. Yeah, I got a little bit more on this. She's going to tell me I don't know about Open Meetings Act. Let's keep talking about that thing. DeShields gets up there in the second part of the meeting. Well, first off, wait. Egli gets up there and talks and says, what does she say? She says she made mistakes.
Yeah.
She said the text message was a mistake. She did say there was no open meeting violations, which I disagree with. She's wrong. I'm going to say that. It's not that I disagree with her. She was wrong. There were open meeting violations all over, not from her, but from Kanagy telling her what to do. You can communicate together, but you're not allowed to discuss business. You are not allowed to she, as the board president, is not allowed to tell her what to do because it's got to be from the board. And to give the superintendent credit, she did admit she made mistakes. She said again, is she admitting it because she's busted, or is she admitting it because she truly believes that? That's up to her, and that's up to the people to decide. Then, or maybe I'm doing this backwards, then Kanagy gets up and starts talking.
Mm-hmm.
No apology. That was weird. No apology from Kanagy.
Mm-hmm.
No regret from Kanagy. Are we?
No, you're good.
We're still talking to her?
That might be, but yeah.
No apology from Kanagy. To defend the text messages, she says she did it to defend her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most disgusting display of whatever I've ever seen, where you're going to say, I'm going to take somebody down. I want him to know. Sexual assault, claiming sexual assault when the cops said it wasn't. I'm going to take him down. What else do we have? I mean, all this crap. It's about time, like just nasty, gross stuff, telling him what to do, lies, just nasty stuff. And she's going to do it saying she's defending her daughter. You tell me that's correct, DJ.
Yeah, that was what everybody groaned as soon as she said that too in the meeting, where it's like, give me a break. Yeah, it again, digging more of a hole, man.
It's
just
for
digging
her
more of a hole. Like it's like you're busted, and then now you're gonna try to deflect and do something else. But yeah, it's just yeah, it's
defending my kid would be, my kid got snapped with a band, I'm going to go beat somebody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
My kid did this, I'm going to go do this. Not, I'm going to take him and his family down because it wasn't because of the band incident. It was because he's going to go to the press and talk.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight.
Mm.
How is him going to the press to talk, which is what that was in reference to, defending your kid? Right? How is that defending your kid? If he goes to the press, if he talks, I'm going to release information to the press.
Mm.
How is that defending your kid? She hasn't apologized. She has admitted no wrongdoing. She will not step down. There is no way. She's 2 years left? There is no way. The only way she steps down is if West Branch community absolutely buries her. I hate to say that, but that's the only way. They have to go after her until she can't function as the president of the board. Mm. We saw Steve Kent, Austin Township trustee, who got busted and was in court for messing around. He was the SRO officer for messing around with a 16-year-old girl. He was the Austin Township trustee. He was not removed from office. He would not step down until they found him guilty. The second he was found guilty, he was removed from office by the state.
Mm.
They can't do it. I mean, and school board's the same thing. They can't. You could probably turn him in. I think you could turn him into the state and maybe for wrongdoing, but it's a hard, long process. So that's it, man. All right. You want to pull up what do we got? The Egli stuff?
Yeah, we have her audio.
All right, can we talk while she's doing this or no?
No.
Okay, so
we can pause it as we go.
All right, we're gonna pause this as we go because I'm gonna make comments all over the place.
So yeah, we'll here's her.
That there's been an accusation that we broke an Open Meetings Act, and that is not accurate.
That is accurate. Maybe you didn't break it, but Kanagy did, because she was telling you what to do. She was telling you what to write in a press release. She was talking about not renewing a contract with a coach, which, by the way, you are supposed to send to the board, and then they don't renew it or they don't go from there. It has nothing to do with it. You guys were talking about stuff that should have been done in an executive session. That is open meetings violation. You are lying or you don't know. It's one of those two things. And I'll stick with that to the end of time. Sorry, I'm going to pause this a lot because this drives she drives me crazy in this. Go ahead.
It's completely legal for me to have a conversation with any of the board members in a one-on-one situation, whether it's over the phone, via email, or text message.
Pause it. You are allowed to talk to the board members. It's the topic of conversation that you are not allowed to partake in school business decisions of hiring, firing, pay, that kind of stuff. You can talk about stuff. Yes, you're not allowed to have conversations where the decisions are being made. That is to be made with the rest of the school board. True or false? You know it's true. Sorry, continue.
For you that I learned a lot from that situation, and some things that were said should not have happened. And I will move on from that, and hopefully I have learned a huge lesson in that, and we'll move forward. I've spoken with Mr. DeShields, and he
Absolutely. And then I'm also going to ask, there were a couple people too that were asking if you were considering resigning at this point. Is that any kind of consideration to you?
That's a hard one.
Sorry.
I am an alumni, and I am very proud of our district.
Pause it. What does an alumni have to do with anything?
I don't know. She's been there for a long time, I guess.
I understand that, but she said that, and I get it, and she's proud of her district, and I'm proud of their district too, and I'm sure the parents are proud of their district, but that doesn't waive the fact that you made terrible decisions and you said terrible things in a text message. And again, I'm not being heartless right now. You make mistakes, you live with those mistakes, and you have to, like, I teach this to my kids all the time. When you make a mistake, you got to pay for them. You do something stupid at school, you live with those repercussions. My one kid, a middle kid, pushed a kid on the playground. He got a in-school detention and came home and lost all of his electronics for a week. He was crying and bawling, and I felt terrible, but got to learn a lesson. Unfortunately, as adults, sometimes we got to learn a lesson. So go ahead.
Being down would be very difficult for me, but I can retire this year, if I'm being honest.
So, I mean, at that point, is that a no, or that you wouldn't, or a yes? I'm sorry, I just didn't understand.
Well, I don't feel that I have done anything illegal. I have already admitted fully that that text message situation should not have happened. I admit that. I've learned from it, and we all make mistakes.
Pause it. Sorry, I keep telling you, like, pause it.
You're good.
Of the whole conversation with her, I will respect this comment right there. She admits it. She made a mistake. And like, I will give her credit for that, because you're never going to get that out of the other lady.
Right. She at least owned up to it.
She owned up to it. It is going to be up to the people of West Branch to decide if they want her to stay in power or not. My issue is, if this was our school board, like, I don't live in West Branch, if this was our superintendent that had been doing this stuff, this is just one text chain. What else is going on? What else are they doing? You understand?
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm sure this goes on in all the schools all over, but that would be my thing. So they're going to, the people in that school district are going to have to decide if they can move on from this and accept that apology. I do appreciate her being honest and upfront. Sorry.
I did not plan on stepping down. No.
Mrs. Egli, by Mrs. Kanagy, the term sexual assault was used. Yourself, everyone on the board, you guys are considered mandated reporters. You told me in an email today that you did report it to a school resource officer. To your knowledge, was there an investigation opened by the resource officer and that agency? And if there was, were there any findings that were presented to you guys?
I am not aware if they did an investigation or not. Once I report it to the police, they take it from there, and they handle things.
Okay.
I was not given.
Per Goshen Police District, I just noticed this. I was unable to make out from this video a specific area where the stretch beam may have hit DeShields. During that conversation, I advised Mrs. Egli that I did not observe anything criminal in this video and therefore did not see it necessary to generate a report. Is that conflicting to what she just said? We can't rewind it, huh?
I don't think so. No, I have to start from where we're at. But yeah.
Didn't she just say, okay, go ahead, play it. Sorry, I thought that was conflicting what she just said.
Into the situation from the police department, but it was reported. I did report it. I reported it to 2 different agencies for what I am mandated to report to and who I am mandated to report to. I did do that. And
that's the school resource officer along with the Ohio Department of Education, or was there another agency involved there?
Well, I'm mandated to report things to the Office of Professional Conduct through the Ohio Department of Education. And that was done, and I did follow those things.
What's TJ? Put me pause that real fast. What's TJ's first name? Do we know TJ's real name? Anybody know TJ's real name? Anyone knows TJ's real name? I'm in contact with somebody from the State Board of Education right now, and they're asking for TJ's real full name or his teacher state ID, or anybody know TJ's full name? Is it Thomas? Thomas?
No.
Thomas? Anybody watching? Thomas? Ted? Tyler? Terry? Is it a Y-E? How do you spell it? I need to know. Tyler? We sure? All right, I'm sending it to from West Branch Local Schools. All right, I'm in contact with somebody from the Board of Education to check and see if Mrs. Egli really did submit it. So we'll see. All right, sorry, continue.
This might go back to the beginning because we just flipped over.
Oh no, sorry.
And then you guys originally came to the decision
to
let go of Coach DeShields and then reinstated him back, talking about Walter. Can you just kind of go into that decision a little bit to break down where you guys came into that decision?
The decision came after a lot of deliberation over what the recommendations were from the athletic director and the high school principal. And
wait a minute, the AD never recommended DeShields be let go.
Is that what she just said?
Yeah, she said by the recommendation of the athletic director and the principal. But yeah, that she just the AD never. The AD denied that.
The AD denied that in the thing.
Yeah, she denied it.
Hold on, we just caught her again.
Yeah, yeah. She talked about the AD
so either
recommending it, and the AD didn't recommend. No, the AD didn't recommend anything.
We have an email. We don't have it on us, but we have an email from the athletic director to DeShields saying, "I support you." They sent that press release without my authorization. They made me send it.
Yeah,
we just caught her again. So either he's lying to DeShields, or she's lying.
Yeah, I did.
BJ, why? Why?
It just keeps going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good count. Like, I can't keep up with it. Like,
yeah, it just keeps going.
He had. There was not enough or adequate information to release him. So we decided to bring him back, and we're fully supportive of that.
Bullshit. She said there wasn't enough adequate information to release him. That's bull. They didn't release him because the public freaking pushed back like a steamroller. She just said that, right? She said they didn't release him because there wasn't enough adequate information. Is that what am I missing that?
That's her. Yeah, that's what she's saying. But no, the public went crazy over it, and that's why he ended up staying. You know what I mean? Because there wasn't anything there, but
there wasn't anything there because we have the Goshen Police Department saying there was no sexual assault.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even him.
Yeah, right.
It was his son who did the sexual assault.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote, not sexual assault. He called the parents just to say, hey, it was his player to say, hey, I just want to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
The school board said, hey, don't call him. He said, okay. And then they try and fire him. It's like,
it just goes
in my head, I just feel the school board wanted this guy gone. They used this as an excuse.
They tried to find a way to sneak him out or to pressure him to resign. It was what they did, and they were really shady about about doing it, and they got caught. So yeah, that's what it all boils down to.
What it all boils down to. That's what it is. It's just what it is. It's unbelievable. Go ahead.
Mr. DeShields and I have had many conversations, and he is very much looking forward to returning and working with the students and the girls in the coaching capacity.
Wouldn't it be awesome if they won state this year?
Oh my God, I'm going to go cheer. I'm going to go cheer. I'm going to go to every West Branch game.
That's not out of the realm. The team is very good.
Are they really good?
Yes.
I might go. I might go to the games.
Some games every year.
I might go. I might dress up as
they got to the state final 4 once before. So yeah, it would be awesome.
I might dress up. I might dress up as like a freaking West Branch Warrior. I might just go like all the
capacity.
And then we're hearing also, allegations of some girls that are saying, they felt uncomfortable, are you guys having any kind of lookout at that point as well?
I continue to work with Coach DeShields. We had a meeting regarding this yesterday. We're being very proactive at things of what we can put in place, as well as things that he can do within his program to support the girls. It's not just the girls basketball program. We are being very proactive at putting things in place for all of our students so that no one feels that they can't speak up, because that is a true concern, that if students feel that they need to speak up, they should be able to. And I support that completely. So we are working adamantly, very diligently, of making sure that we are communicating that, as well as getting programming and different things in place.
Mrs. Egli, I have one last question. The person that is the subject of those allegations, was there action taken that prevents him from being on school property?
Yes, he was immediately released from being a substitute, and he was directed to not be here with our students. However, he has not returned as far as I am aware. But yes, we did put that into play.
Okay. Anything else?
And that's it.
Go to the call. Let's check out the comments.
Yeah,
Wonder if she's talking about why they rehired him. And then she says that not fired a recommendation of the two, why they rehired him. Sure, if she meant why they fired him was the recommendation of those two, or why they hired. I don't get it. Okay, it sounds like they said they stayed through the recommendation. Oh, they stayed through the recommendation. It sounds like she said they stayed through the recommendation of the principal. They stayed because of the recommendation of all of West Branch.
Mm-hmm.
They are hunting here. Play Brian's. They are hunting ghosts and exposing all the skeletons in the closet. That's hypocrisy in the laws of West Branch. Yeah. You could sit at the Canadian.
Yeah, if you want to
you sit next to the Canadians. Listen, I don't know if you know Isaac and I or not. I will. I don't care. If he did nothing wrong, why is he directed to not be at the school? If there is, well, hold on. Go back. Go back to that comment.
This one here?
Yeah, that one. So here's the thing, and I was just thinking about that when they were talking. Illegal is one thing, inappropriate is another, right? Illegal I will give them it wasn't illegal. Inappropriate. If I had a 16-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old coach snapped her with a band, not in her legs, and my daughter was uncomfortable, I'd have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I would have a problem with it.
Yeah, they give every parent probably.
Every parent would.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if a coach snapped my kid with a rubber band or with a band and he's a boy, I'd have a problem with it. And he was uncomfortable with it. I don't think it's a sexual assault.
Yeah, right.
I would feel it like if he's uncomfortable with it, I would have a problem with it. I would say, hey, you're not going to be a substitute teacher anymore. Here's a good one. My one kid had a old school teacher or a substitute teacher one time. Guy was like 80, and he was in first grade. Teacher went in. Substitute teacher was like 80. Kid comes home crying. Like, what's wrong? And again, this is Lucas is like, he's like an adult. He's a first grader, like an adult. He's more mature than I am in first grade. He's like, oh, I was bad in school, and the substitute teacher made me stand in front of the class and put my head against the wall. I'm like, wait, what? Made him go up, put his head against the wall. I'm like, for how long? He's like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I called the superintendent. I called the principal, and I'm like, dude, seriously? And he's like, yeah, he's a real old school teacher. So I had a problem with it. And I'm like, just talk. I didn't want to get him fired, but I thought that was inappropriate for today's day and age. So what you got?
Read this, that comment. I believe this is TJ's, I think it's TJ's brother, maybe.
He was at the board meeting and never informed that he was not allowed on school grounds and never taken off the sub list, just wasn't called back. Oh, is that Drew? Oh, that's okay. That's his brother. Okay, there you go. Tried to call in, but calls aren't working. Okay, we'll try and get you on. Hold on, Drew. Let's see if we can get you a treat. See if we can get it. Sorry, man.
See if Joe can fix this here.
Did I mess it up when I did that?
I think maybe. Joe, you back there?
Drew, if you want to call in, hold on a second, man. That'd be great. We can get a DeShields on here. That'd be something. Joe, we'll keep taking comments when we go. I gotta stop touching this stuff. I'm sorry. It's like I just ruined everything. We're gonna see if we can get a DeShields on here. Drew, hang tight, man. We'd love to have you call in. I didn't touch anything. I swear to God, don't look at me.
The phones went.
I'm already looking at you.
No, I know you're looking at me. I know.
I know you pushed the button.
I didn't.
I know you did.
I didn't.
It on 5 different screens. Yeah.
Joe, why are you doing that, Joe? Joe gets so mad at me all the time. I just want to be a good host. I want to be like Fast Freddy. Does Fast Freddy push buttons?
He does not. He leaves it to the experts.
Thank you for calling Call-In Studios host and call screener line.
Does
Please
Kellen
enter
push
your
buttons? Does oh, I know just
enter
Justin
your
push buttons?
6-digit PIN number.
There's only one show that has perpetual phone problems.
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can
All right,
manage
Drew,
your
call
callers
in.
from the Call-In Studio
Oh,
web.
come on! I lost my mouse power. Drew, call in.
So yeah, when he calls in, we'll
Freaking Fast Freddy. I hate that guy. So Liz Marie just said Wreck-It Ralph pushing buttons within it in your small espresso coffee. Joe, wait, how ridiculous is this look? Oh, BJ just told the other one too.
that's all good.
All right. Is he calling? Here we go. Let's take it. Who's Judy DeShields?
Right here, right?
Yep. Yeah. See, you don't even know what you're doing. Yeah, freaking can't even don't even know what button to touch.
All right, caller, you're there.
Hello. Hey, this is Drew. I just want to talk about my brother. Like, I was when she called my brother, I was sitting right next to him, and she never said anything about him not being allowed to be on school grounds. So he came to the school board meeting when my dad got rehired, and he was there, and he worked out a couple of times after that until he was informed about not being called back for sub, and he never got fired from being a sub either. They just didn't call him back.
So they never called him back. Is he
sense.
can he sub at other school districts still?
If he would, yeah.
If he wanted to, he's not like he didn't lose his license to be a substitute
he's
teacher.
not like exempt from being a sub or exempt from being anything like that. No, it's not like that.
Okay, because I have an email in to the state to see if his license is good, to see if there was a complaint filed, like Egli said, and we'll see if I get anything back from them, because I'm emailing back and forth, because I wonder if she's lying again, Joe or BJ.
Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah, no, I was sitting right next to him when he got the phone call, and it was on speaker, and all she said was, "We're not going to call you back to sub at the moment."
What I mean, I don't want you to speak, and you don't have to answer this, but since we got you on there, what is your brother? I mean, what is he saying about all this? I mean, if you don't mind.
He's definitely going through it right now a little bit. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's just messing with his head, because, like, I mean, he's 26, he's starting his life, and all this, like, I don't want to, like, all this stuff, like, false accusations are coming out about him. And, like, that could just mess with somebody, really.
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're younger or older?
I'm younger.
How old are you?
I'm in college, so I'm 21.
Somebody just said you're a good quarterback. Is that true?
Yeah, I play at Kent State.
He's like, yeah, I play at Kent State. You starting quarterback?
I've had a couple knee injuries, but I am back, so hopefully I can start this year coming up.
There we go, dude. I like it. Well, dude, I appreciate you calling in and defending your brother, man. That's good stuff, man. Yeah. And how's your dad doing? Is he ready to get on with this and move on?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. I think everyone is.
Yeah, we're working on it, man. These I'm telling you though, this school board and that superintendent, they just keep burying themselves, man. I want to move on too, but they just keep doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
I just can't. So, well, good luck in the football season, man. We'll now I got somebody to watch. I got somebody to watch at Kent State.
Definitely.
All right, go through a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah. I'll try. Have a good day.
All right, thanks, man.
Drew. Yep.
All right. But see ya.
Cool.
Is he good at quarterback?
I think so. The whole family was.
I mean, if he goes to
Kent,
all
good, but they were all good athletes. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, he goes to Kent State. That's pretty good. That's like a D1 school, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Oh, we got another call. I think. See the talk one? Other one.
Oh, no.
Just give me the mouse back. Don't tell Joe. Good. Go ahead, caller. Hello.
Hey, I just want to commend you guys. You're doing an outstanding job for the community. We also need to recognize Jordan Miller News, like you said. I had a couple things I wanted to go over, but you hit a lot of the stuff I wanted to hit. These women are nothing but lying, manipulating, vindictive women in that school board, in that superintendent. And anyone in that school system that believes anything coming out of their mouth, they're nuts. Seems to me you busted them in about 5 or 10 lies here. They are like pathological liars.
I can't help but think every time they talk, something's coming out that's not true. And it's like I keep getting this stuff where they say stuff, and she said she turned something into the Department of Education. So I'm fact checking them, and every time I do, it's just not right. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know why. I just don't get it.
Well, they're lying. They're just lying. They want to save their job. I would imagine they've got a hell of a clique within the school employees there. I mean, and as you said a while ago, you have to wonder with this situation, what the hell has been going on there other than this? And you can almost bet your ass there's a lot going on that no one knows about, hidden behind the scenes. Now, as you said, those text messages bother me also. But what bothers me more is how they've character assassinated this poor coach and just belittled him. And I mean, that stuff's out there now, and there's probably questions within the public about that guy. He seems like a damn good guy. And they just want it to get washed away, like everybody forget about it. Fake tears in that damn interview they did. That was so ass fake, I couldn't even believe it. And lies. Trying to go after that poor woman in that meeting the other night. I mean, that should have been something done about that too. That guy had to hold her back that you was talking about earlier. And the other thing I wanted to mention, which you pretty much hit everything that I'm thinking. I think we think alike. This assault, claiming it's sexual, as you pointed out, has to be touching someone in their erogenous zone, such as breast, pubic area, buttocks. I mean, the simplest thing this could be, if anything, would be a simple assault. And you questioned earlier, she was told by the police officer that there was no crime there. So she's went upon herself and that other lady she's conniving with to put it out there to the public that it was sexual assault. And they know damn well it wasn't because they were told it wasn't.
Right.
But it's just to tear the guy down, you know, and make him look like a, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
just ridiculous.
Well,
this whole thing just lights a fire under my ass.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's just you. I think it's a whole bunch of people. And the more you dig, and now that we have we don't have the video yet, because I'm going to get it. Because like I said, if that freaking Kanagy guy got that video and I don't, I swear to God, I'll go to court. I swear to God.
They're going to lie. They're going to lie about that to you. So get ready.
Oh, I know.
I can tell you already, they're going to lie their ass off. And it's probably going to be hard to prove that he had it or seen it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
like your word against theirs. They seem to be pretty professional liars here.
Yeah.
I would
But
like to know what else is going on out there in that school district, because I can only imagine what's going on out there.
yeah, but now that we have a statement, at least we can't get the video, but we have a statement from the police officer, from the police chief saying there was no sexual assault. They didn't think there was a crime. You know, was it inappropriate? Probably. And he's not a substitute teacher there anymore. You know what I mean? They're not going to hire him back as a substitute teacher. So
I'm not disputing that part. That might have not been appropriate to smack her in the legs, but to carry it on and claim he sexually assaulted her.
Yep.
And then here's the other thing that bothers me the most. They put out there that he's misbehaving with these girls, blah, blah, blah. There's not really been a very good explanation, in my opinion, about, okay, if he was so bad and did all those things and you fired him, why the hell would you rehire him back after you've put all this out there to the public? And now you just go ahead and bring him back.
yeah.
I'm sorry. If that was my employee and I put that shit out there, there's no way I'm bringing him back. And now he's going to have to be on high alert, because I'm going to tell you, these two broads have an axe to grind with this guy. They got defeated by the community saying they want him back. And they feel defeated right now. That guy's going to have to be on high alert, because they are going to be looking for any reason to get him out of there eventually.
Oh,
Myself, I would be suing the shit out of that school district.
Yep.
But I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you. You're doing a great job for that community up there.
At least
somebody's got the balls.
I appreciate it. Like I said, we're doing this on behalf of West Branch and the people there, but I'm also doing it because I know
for that community, man.
Yeah,
they're glad you're doing this for
them. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
It's nice to see somebody out there with balls to take on a bunch of assholes like this.
Yeah,
Them two women need to resign or get forced out of there or something, because they're just trashy, lying, vindictive people.
Go to the meeting, man. If you live over there, go to the meeting in June 24th. June 24th. Everybody watching, if you want to step up, go to the meeting. That's all you can do. That's all you can do is go to the meeting.
Right on. They need to pack that place full of people.
Yep. And everybody has to register 5 days.
So they obviously don't go by the rules of the meetings. I think I don't think they're intentionally breaking the law. I just think they're so damn dumb. They are in a position and they don't understand or know anything about the Meetings Act and sunshine laws. I think they're completely ignorant about that stuff. They need to get on Ohio Attorney General site and review what they're in a position to do. You know what I mean? I just think they're ignorant about that stuff. They're clueless.
I agree with that 100%. That end of the meeting stuff, they did that. They did that to be nice, like when they stayed after to try and help, and all they did was break a law again. And I know they did that to, we're going to talk to people and try and calm everybody down and do the right thing. And all they ended up doing was breaking the law again. 100%. It's like, guys, they should have just opened up the meeting and let everybody talk like they should have done, and it would have been fine.
They should have done that from the very beginning.
Yep.
Instead, you got to know that you got the whole damn community pissed off at you. So let's just keep doing stuff to piss people off even more. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
what they're doing.
Yep,
And
100%.
who knows how many more lies you're going to catch them in?
I'm in now. I'm vested. BJ accused. I walked in here. I was like, man, you're obsessed. I was like, dude, I just keep going down there. I am completely in a rabbit hole right now. Can't get out.
Oh, it's frustrating. It's
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's nice that you guys are doing this and everybody appreciates it.
Well,
I'm sure.
we appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for calling.
Hey, make sure you mention before you guys go for the day where you can get them T-shirts out that you're going to be selling.
Yeah. I'm working on the T-shirt stuff right now.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Thanks, man.
Guys, thanks again. All right, you have a good day.
All right. Bye. Yeah. For those of you watching it, thanks. So for those of you watching at home, keep an eye on Facebook. I got to organize it and stuff. So we're going to do these T-shirt sales. I told you this.
Yeah.
Outrage generators, green shirt with white. Sell it. All proceeds are going to go to West Branch schools. But the best part about it is when you make a donation to a school, so we're going to save up the proceeds, donate it to the school. They have to read the donation at the school board. I want to save it up so that way we donate it right before the 24th.
Yeah.
So when all these people are pissed off, and then the treasurer at the end of the meeting reads all the donations from the MLO Bros. 500 donation. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. So yeah, T-shirt sales are coming. We're not making any money on it. I'm going to donate it all to school. I'm not going to do it. At the meeting, you're going to have to do it. And I want everybody to wear the outrage generators. Dude, how awesome would that be? And all the money goes to the freaking schools. I'm like such a son of a bitch sometimes. So, all right. That's all coming here shortly. What a show. Dude, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no, it's it just keeps on
gotta
going.
move on. I gotta talk.
And we're gonna we'll see what happens at the next meeting. I'm sure there'll be enough.
I wanted to stop. I don't know what I'm going to talk. What are we going to talk about now?
Yeah.
I need another school to talk about. Somebody else needs to do something. I have so many people messaging me about like schools and different stuff now. It's like, I'm like, just send me information. I'll go through it.
Yeah, it goes on in a lot of places.
Oh my God. Mark Campanetta just open that. Let's see Mark Campanetta's. What's the subject? Can somebody please fill Mark in on the subject? I don't even know where to
watch. Yeah,
Mark, I don't even know where to start. Everybody, thanks for watching. I got to take a break. I got to go home and not think about West Branch local schools.
I know it's been a lot of
West
Branch this week.
I want to say, West Branch, you guys have been awesome. I really do genuinely feel bad for you guys. I know a lot of people don't like the negative press. I wanted to end with this. I was thinking about this last night, and it's like, I graduated from South Range Schools. We went after South Range Schools about a month ago, if you remember this, where they were going to get rid of open enrollment, 13 open enrollment kids that were on IEPs.
Yeah.
And we went after our own school. We went after the school board. We went after the principal. We went after everybody. It was a bad look for our school. And it hurt me going after my alma mater. I mean, I'm in the Hall of Fame for football. I'm in all the stuff I was for the basketball. I was like the MVP. Like I'm on the walls over there, so to speak. It hurt me going after the school. And people I had old school people messaging me saying, why are you doing this to South Range? What are you doing? You're making us look bad. And my response was, I'm not making us look bad. The leaders are making our school look bad.
Yeah.
I'm just bringing to light what they're doing so they can fix it. Does that make sense? And it's
no, the community West Branch, and like I said, I covered it for a number of years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great community. It's great people there and stuff. This isn't a reflection on that.
Leaving?
I'm leaving.
We just have a couple.
Dude, my throat hurts.
There's just a couple people, obviously in charge there as far as the super and the superintendent and the board president that, we're shady as all hell. But yeah, it's not. I don't think people think worse of West Branch just because of these two people. West Branch is a good community.
It's a great community.
I covered it for a long time. The people there are great. So yeah, there's a ton
and
of
the
good people there.
school's a good school. They have good education. They have good testing scores. They have good sports. You know what I mean? It's not, but there are people that are pushing back saying you shouldn't be doing this. You're destroying our school. No, I'm not. I think we're helping your school. We're helping your school because if we weren't doing this,
yeah, right.
Stuff like this will go on behind closed doors and it'll never figure it out. DeShields would be out of a job. DeShields coach TJ DeShields. Everybody think he's a freaking sexual predator.
Yeah. Right.
Because of these freaking people. You would have a person in power that is could be sending press releases saying DeShields covered up a sexual assault for his son.
Right. Yeah, that's what they were threatening, and that's what this all boils down to. And they got caught, and now, yeah,
right. What's he say? Point a finger. There's 3 point back at you, right? It's like, but I want you people to know we're not doing this to wreck West Branch. We are doing this to help West. In the end, West Branch is going to come out stronger for all of this, right? That's it. In the end, West Branch will come out stronger. South Range came out stronger because they flipped it. They hired a new teacher and those kids are now going to school and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
I truly believe West Branch is going to come back stronger. Do we have a call? No, we're good.
No.
So just know that. And again, for those of you trolls that don't like us, that don't want to hear us, that don't want to block us, just block us. Just go away. I don't care. I hope you guys know. I just don't care. Like, we've been doing this for 5 years now. Isaac and I have been doing this for 5 years. I don't care. You guys can talk about me. You guys can say my Star Wars tattoos are stupid. Did you see my new Star Wars tattoo?
No.
Did you see my new Star Wars tattoos? I got lightsabers. You guys can say all that stuff. I don't care. You guys can say it to my face. I don't care. I bet you won't say it to my face because when you see my 6'4", 280 frame, you're not going to talk to my face. All right. Everybody have a good weekend. If you need us, message us. Don't forget, Isaac and I are realtors and loan officers. If you need any financing, if you want to list a house, we'd love to help you. We finance house or we list homes. We do it in West Branch too. It's a long haul, but I'll go list a house out there.
What are you guys going to talk about on Tuesday?
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Dude, hopefully West Branch just keeps it going. I'm hoping.
They just keep going.
I'm hoping. BJ, what do? You got band? BJ's in a band. You got a band?
Yeah.
You got a gig this week?
No, not for a couple. Middle of June.
Middle of June, you start up?
Go in the studio, yeah. We
bar mitzvahs? What do you got?
Yeah.
Bar mitzvahs?
Bar mitzvahs. And, yeah.
You got bar mitzvahs? And if you guys ever want to do a podcast, Joe's in here. Youngstown Studio, it's an awesome place. They can set you up. You can come in here, talk about West Branch schools. You can talk about the MLO Bros, how stupid we are and how we're dumb, and go from there. What's that all about? Promoting your business? Pull that up. Yeah, absolutely. I'm promoting my business. Dude, I don't get paid for this. I need to make money. Absolutely. I'm a loan officer. I'm a realtor. 100%. Hey, you guys want me to keep doing this? I need to pay my bills. Somebody list the house. Somebody call me for financing. Please. I don't make money on this. It's 10:48. I just missed 2 hours of being a real job. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks. Take care, West Branch and friends. We'll see you guys all later. Bye.